Welcome to the AI4EU Cafe for live presentations around AI. Today, I'm proud to welcome Stefan Göllner, the Innovation Manager and Stifterverband Berlin, with his talk on AI Campus, the learning platform for artificial intelligence. I'm really happy you're there, Stefan. My name is Carmen McWilliams, and I'm the moderator and organizer. I'm part of the AI4EU project, and I'm also the director of the company. So now, as always, the rules of the game here in this cafe. Please take notice that the session will be recorded. No confidential information shall be shared in this cafe session. In this cafe, each speaker expresses their personal view and opinions. This is not necessarily the official AI4EU project opinion. So, and what is this web cafe about? It is an online meeting place to gain insights into the European AI scene. Participants get the chance to share knowledge and experiences and meet stakeholders from various areas of AI research and applications. So, welcome everybody here. I'm very happy you are today here. And it is an interactive cafe. You may ask questions to Stefan. There's on the right side, there is a panel, a control panel, and as you see also chat questions, and there you can type in your questions, and I will, after Stefan's presentation, I will read them to Stefan as long as the time allows us, and he may answer your questions. And if you have more questions, then you can later send them to me or to Stefan, and then you can go in much deeper detail. So now I introduce our guest, Stefan Göllner. That's why we're all here. Stefan Göllner worked for many years as a researcher and designer in innovation-oriented R&D projects focused on ICT, for example, at the Academy of Media Arts Cologne, Telecom Laboratories, Academy for the Arts Berlin. As an innovation manager at Stifterverband, he now supports the development and rollout of AI Campus, aiming to become Germany's leading provider for open educational resources in the field of artificial intelligence. In AI expert labs, he brings together key actors in different application fields to define what is needed to improve AI education and to blueprint next generation of AI-supported learning management systems. Great. So again, welcome, Stefan. Now I introduced you, and I give you now the moderator role, and then you can basically introduce yourself and your talk. And again, great you're here, and I'm now switching to you as a moderator.
All right. So hope everybody can hear me, and yes. I hope you also can see the presentation. Did it start, Carmen?
Yes, but the snipping tool wird verschoben.
Okay, that's wrong. I don't want the snipping tool. That's wrong. So okay, that's what that's what you should see. And yes, Carmen, thanks a lot to this introduction and also for the invitation and the opportunity to speak here and give some insights in this project that we're working on, and what the AI Campus is, and plans and wants to achieve in the coming months and years. Yeah, I'm working as an innovation manager, and I will also give you some insights on what this means exactly. So, of course, this is a quite vague term, but there's some interesting parts that I can contribute, and yes, I think that's what I will tell you. So first, what is this whole AI Campus about? It's the big vision of the AI Campus is to create an AI competent society, which means we want to promote skills on artificial intelligence and competences on broad scale. So we want to attract people, all kinds of people that hear about AI, don't have clue, and want to train themselves in better understanding what is this whole topic about. the platform, the learning management system that we use is designed to enable learners to understand, question, and design AI. So it's not only to understand, but also to become active, to become to be able to work with it practically with AI. So this is a strong focus. How do we do it? We create learning opportunities that we support from the very beginning, that we select from contributions that we get, and so we doing competitions, and that's the one main part, and we are also starting a lot of corporations. So we're looking out, we're watching out what is existing on a German scale first side, but also on a European scale. So that's why I'm happy to be here to connect to you. So I don't know who's out there now, but I hope to get in contact to many people who also work in this field and have a scope on education in AI. And we are looking to connect to you and try to exchange content and to be faster in developing offers for people wanting to learn. So another important column that we build this on is curated AI courses. So it's the courses that are out there and that we can put on our platform because they are open. And this is also our main principle, that we integrate OER content, open educational resources, but we also what everything we create is open and is an open source content. So we really want not only to take from others, we also want to contribute to the whole community, and this idea of improving education in the field of AI. So what we provide is visibility, additional reach for such offers, and I think we are, yeah, that's the next slide. We just started in October 2019, so we are quite happy that we could in a comparably short term come up with a running platform. This is not usual for such kind of projects. This is a research and development project funded by the German government, by the Ministry of Education and Research. We got approximately 11 million euros to set this up. We have 3 years time, and we were fast. Also because of Corona, of course, because everybody knows Corona gave this whole idea of online learning a big push, and so such a platform was, everybody knew, the German government created, wrote in their AI strategy that Germany needs a national platform to roll out AI education on AI. And because of this whole crisis situation and the growing need for online resources, we were pushed to be fast and create this first beta version of AI Campus, which is now available. Another thing we do, or what we spend money on, is this competition that I already mentioned. So in the very start of the project, we also started one of these competitions, the first competition, and we got a very good feedback. So there were about 130 proposals for producing new content on AI. And so we were in this very luxury situation to select the best ones and support these projects, which are sometimes run by single universities, sometimes by collaborations on little networks of different universities working together, where we really have key actors that are active in the AI field, and they are now they get this money and they're producing this content step by step. So in the next month you will find this, and on our platform, and I will also give you an overview on that a little bit later. So here you see who's part of this consortium that we built. This is Stifterverband, where I'm from, which is an organization very active in the field of education and research, and also they have a very good standing in rethinking education in under the new condition of digitalization, and that's also why there's a high trust to also set up this platform in the field of AI, because it's a big network, you can say. And it's a very good, it's very well connected to all kinds of funding organizations as well. Second very important partner here is the Deutsche Forschungszentrum für Künstliche Intelligenz, DFKI. Maybe I think a lot of people will have heard of this network. It's more than a company. It's really a research network with lots of institutions, 20 fields of research that they support, and they are at the very beginning of artificial intelligence research in Germany, and they bring, of course, a lot of expertise, a lot of networking capacity, a lot of connections across Europe, and people who really are AI engineers and can also judge on what is needed, what is good, what do we need in this field. Third partner is Hasso Plattner Institute, also Germany important player, because they set up MOOC House, which is the #1 MOOC platform in Germany with a lot of educational offers. And so we had this opportunity to build on their system. They made clear that they will also bring this to open source, because we only work with open source technology. So also our learning management system provided by Hasso Plattner Institute will become an open source solution, which allows us to set up a developer community around this platform that we built. And we have two more partners. The one is NEOCOSMO, which takes care of the user platform that we need, and also the MMB Institute, which is an educational research institute, which also works close with DFKI and is also familiar with the topic we are working on. So here's some guiding principles that we follow and that I want to show you. The first is technical interoperability and cooperation with other platforms. So as I said before, it's not to set up the new thing that is very isolated from everything already existing. It's more to open arms and say, we are here and we want to connect to you, and we want to also on a technical level interconnect and build upon existing standards. Secondly, the learners are in the focus. So we follow this shift from teaching to learning. You might have heard of that. It's the learning process is in the focus, and not the platform or technical functional background. It's really also pointing to the user-centered approach at #4. #3 is the instructional design should be sustainable, innovative, and including social learning formats. So from the very beginning, each course is connected to a forum and is moderated and opens up to a community around that learning offer. We follow, as I said, user-oriented product development, which is agile and participative. Everybody writes that in his roadmap, so I know it's maybe might sound like a phrase, but we try to make this to really realize this by our community work that we do, and where we ask how can we integrate this feedback that we get, and how can we really take this seriously. #5 is that our learning formats should include AI methods. This is at the moment still not done, so it's still a task to do, and it's also one of the more difficult. But you know, there's a lot of interesting things going on regarding learning and AI. Just look at things like language learning, where you have a lot of interesting AI functionalities. And of course, we should take this up and integrate it. And so we're looking for ways to do this, to offer high degree on clarity, personalization, adaptability. There's lots of things possible, and we try. Even this project is a 3-year project, and we're hoping this goes further. But still, we try in this short phase to integrate some of these aspects. Yeah, create a discussion on what is needed, what should be there. Sorry, sometimes I need to shift a little bit the GoToMeeting window. Number 6 is very important. I mentioned open educational resources. So the whole project, even the tools we use, we try to mainly use open source software. The learning management is open source, and all the content we create is open educational resource. So if you find something on AI Campus and you think this is what I want to have on my platform, maybe you're working on something like that, you can come to us and we can see how we cooperate, and you can take it and yeah, bring it on your platform. Or yeah. All right. So which are the target groups? I think this is somehow yeah. The main group is students, of course, because this is our network. This is where we have the easiest access by connecting to universities, to people, to teachers. The second group is professionals, people in their jobs that just want to go on and that see a need to get new insights or to cope with what's happening. So people see there's a strong need to know about AI, because it changes industries, it changes job profiles. A lot of things are changed. So people in their jobs need to also go on and better learn about what is it, or even learn how to program and make use of it, which is of course the highest aim that we have. Third group is lifelong learners, which includes everybody, even people no more in job, but maybe afraid of the whole thing and just want to know how does it change society? What does it mean when I use Spotify and there's an AI algorithm telling me which music to listen to? So this is also an important target group. Which are the key features? I think this is I mentioned this. It's of course we are aiming at high quality learning opportunities on that subject. We are aiming at learning formats that make use of AI methods. I talked about it, and it's also to create and exchange a network of experts and learners. So which is part of what I'm doing here, to network with you, to get in contact, and to also, but also we are trying to connect learners and experts on another level. So it's not the experts telling everybody what's going on, but also to have channels to get a discussion and to align what is needed, what is really the knowledge and the formats and the technology that we need to do good teaching jobs. Which formats do we offer? So this is learning nuggets, which means small pieces which can be easily integrated in not only daily schedules, but also maybe in existing formats. So video snippets, podcasts, animations, quizzes, simulations. We are also supporting production of courses, synchronous, asynchronous online courses, MOOCs, blended learning formats, and also full modules in micro degrees. So at the highest, the best result we can create is people coming out with a degree. So we are not the ones to give the degree, but we collaborate with the universities to allow them or to make it possible for them to integrate our offers in their degree programs, so that they can certificate what we do. And this is an ongoing discussion that we also take or see as part of our research that we do. So what is the best way to lead to that result, that online courses can also become part of regular curriculum. So here you have a screenshot of what it looks like. This is like AI4EU. I also see your beta batch. We also have a beta batch. We are only a few months online now, so there's still some functionalities missing, but there's already a lot of content there. So if you browse the courses, you will find some things, also maybe some familiar things like elements of AI, which is also here integrated, the Finnish course, but also some originals, how we call it. So for example, here you see Dr. MidKI, which is a it's basically a podcast produced in cooperation with a computer scientist who works in the field of medicine, and she knows very well the requirements and situation of medicine, and also what can be applied in terms of AI. So we have interviews, but we also have didactization of this content, so you can also do little quizzes, and so it's turned into a learning format, which was not very much effort, but is, I think, a very good effect, and also gives very profound insight in this area of AI application. Also, an interesting, here you see school makes AI, so the whole field of teaching teachers to teach pupils at school about AI is also a very interesting topic that we take up. So we are not targeting kids, but we are targeting teachers, and this is a growing branch or growing area where we are planning to bring much more content in the next month. So here's very first very lot of text. Don't read everything, but it shows community is important part of this platform. So we have a community manager. We are setting up communities. I want to. I will show you later a little bit what community means, or which groups we are addressing here. This is just a little bit the roadmap. So yeah, we are good in time. The soft launch of the public beta version has happened, and now we are implementing these contents. Not so very interesting, but maybe here also you don't need to know all these partners. It's just to show it's quite a lot of partners, and also networks that we also already integrated or that we collaborate with because of this competition especially. And so it's really nice. I think there's again some missing because it's really fast. We can add here new partners, and this is a big success. I think that we are in contact with all these institutions, and yeah, so the network idea goes further. And also I want to show you this list, which I will not read, of course, it's too much, but you will get a little idea. I also can share this presentation, and you can see which topics are covered. Most are only in German here, but I think you get an idea. You see the institutions, you see the responsible persons, and you get an idea. I hear somebody talking. Carmen, is it you or no? Was maybe just I got some.
Fine. There was a problem, technical We had to switch computers. Fine.
Okay, okay. So I just go on. So this is, for example, automated machine learning course or a micro degree to professional education, advanced machine learning algorithms, just to mention some. We also cover ethical challenges in artificial intelligence, where we have a very good, interesting lecturer from Munich. Or here, what you see in green, this is all to be launched in 2020. So this goes fast. Mid of next year, most of these classes will be available. Okay. Robot learning, whatever. I mean, I can pick some, but you see, I talked about school. I talked about public administration, also very interesting field. Yeah, take a look yourself. This is just to show some people from DFKI that are actively involved. So also DFKI produces courses themselves. They have the capacities, they have the people, as said. So this is some of the people involved here. And I told you I also want to give an overview on what do we mean by community. When we say community, we clustered this in 3 groups. It's one important community is the enablers. So we're addressing politics, universities, business institutions, existing programs. We try to connect to them and also create community gatherings. The second very important group is definitely the producers of new offers. So we're trying to also connect this. Who wins a competition and creates content will be connected to the other producers. We're trying to offer them formats for exchange. So of course, the production of new formats is also learning. Is also yeah, it requires some learning, and this is worth to exchange here. We have a third group, which is the users. Of course, the users are teachers and learners connected, and we just started a fellowship program where we funding teachers to integrate our content in their curriculum. So there's 20 to 30 people supported also with money, a little bit of money to do this job, to integrate it, and also to give us feedback for our user research. How did it work? What worked well? What is needed? What is not sufficiently developed? Whatever. So we can get very good insights here on how we should go on in developing our offer as a whole. Yeah, and this is these expert labs that I now want to give you a short introduction to is what I'm also very strongly involved in, to set up expert labs. Which are expert labs? What are expert labs? This means it's little do tanks. So not only we bring together people in certain fields that are relevant for AI education. So we're trying to find the people that have already started and already work on new educational formats. For example, in the field of medicine, this is one thing we just started, or also we started this in the field of design, or in the field of what will come is on administration, on engineering. So we're trying to address such fields and work with a group of experts that are really ready to invest time and efforts to rethink AI education in that fields. What we do is we offer them a dialogue. We're trying to create concrete results. We're trying to offer a space which can also be a digital space, but an environment where you can work together, exchange, and also interface, network with other institutions. But just to say, we are the expert lab of AI Campus, and we are really trying to improve education here. that field. What is these profiles of the experts? This can be enablers, producers, as well as users. So the three groups I just introduced, they are all relevant. We just need to find the best ones that really are able and willing to move something here. Enablers, this can be experienced researchers and scientists, politics, associations, business representatives. Producers, these are the curriculum designers, implementation experts, educational experts, of all kinds. But also users are important because they know what's working well, what's not, what's needed. So even students can become a part of an expert lab and cooperate in this format. What are the outcomes? The most basic outcome would be transfer of competence within this group. Another more high-level outcome would be recommendations for implementation, guidelines, checklists, etc. But the outcome we are most aiming at is new learning opportunities. So we want to have as a result new courses, new educational materials. This doesn't need to be produced by this group, of course, but the group can establish or support or trigger the production, and also to some extent guide what people to what is really needed in this field, so that we can make better decisions on where we put our efforts. This is also the advisory character of such a group. I told you this is three things we started. In the center you see university teaching, because this is also very important, because it's really going across all fields. We need to know what do we want in university teaching regarding AI. How does it change university teaching? What does it change the nature of university in general when we integrate AI or take this seriously, the opportunities, and also what it can do, what it can't do, what it shouldn't do. It's always also to be critical on opportunities. So this is one first outcome, very practical outcome, is this white paper. It's unfortunately only in German, but you can download it. Maybe there's some German people here also today in the cafe. And here you see some topics where we worked on. It's Fernuniversität Hagen was part of it, and DFKI and Stifterverband did this together with a lot of authors, and I think it's a very interesting result. Take a look, and just to give you an idea of what we can do with such an expert lab. So I'm almost at the end of my presentation, but I don't want to finish without inviting you to this next event, which is also the idea of connecting European initiatives on AI education. So I will lead the session on AI skills towards a European ecosystem, building the next generation of innovative, open, and interoperable AI learning opportunities, which is November 4th, in context of the European Big Data Value Forum, which happens here in Berlin, but it's of course also a virtual event. We have 3 speakers confirmed now, and this we don't have much more time, it's only 1 hour. But I'm very happy that here again we can cooperate with, or we can get in contact, strengthen our contact to AI4EU. Of course, this is a mistake here. This should be AI4EU. I'm sorry for that. We have Jan Smith. We have Amy Lutfi from Sweden, representing AI Competence.se, which is also a very successful and highly regarded initiative on AI education from Sweden. And we have a representative from TerraLab, which is the #1 initiative on data science in France. And the speaker is not confirmed, but I'm happy they confirmed their participation. And so we'll have a discussion on what can we do to better interconnect all this European or different European initiatives on AI education. Yeah, so thank you very much. Now I'm ready for questions, Carmen.
Yes, thank you for your very interesting talk. And now we got the real insight into the AI campus. And I am always the first to ask the first question, then I give over to the participants. And as I heard this talk, I think it's mainly geared to Germans. But as you said, it's also to Europeans, right? I mean, to the whole world, but you want to connect European initiatives, right?
That's right. So you see, if you see our content now, of course, there's a lot of German content. Also makes sense to lower the threshold for people to get engaged with not so perfect English skills, but at the same time, it makes completely sense to also offer English classes. So this will be growing. We will have a growing number of English classes, and then it's open for the world, of course.
Yeah, great. So then I directly give over to Gesa Nemet. He asked, how do you plan to connect to the AI4EU platform?
That's a good question, and I hope I know much better after the forum I just mentioned, because this is also to start that discussion. I know the AI4EU educational platform is at the very beginning. It's even starting, it's just about to start. Maybe Carmen, you can say even more about that. I got in contact with the organizers, and I know they are just pushing it and also publishing and promoting their platform. So I think it's the best situation to connect now. What could it mean? I told you we are based on open educational resources, so everything we offer, they could also offer. And I hope they come up with some interesting stuff that we can also distribute by our platform.
Yes, I think you are now connected. Next question, Gesa. He has a long question. I give it to you in bits and pieces. How and who will maintain your platform?
Who will maintain it? Yeah, first, of course, it's the consortium, but maybe she more points towards the time after this funding phase. And of course, you know that from other projects, one main task is to come up with such a model. And we are now working on that, and we come up with a model because we are very sure that this will not be closed down after the 3-year funding phase, because the relevance is too high, and politics also don't want to waste money. I'm sure they want to see this going on, and Stifterverband is ready to go on taking care of this, but maybe also it will become another organization. Could also happen, but I'm very sure that nothing gets lost.
Great. That's now the last, as she wrote this. Is there a possibility to connect from abroad? For example, I'm connected to the AI Educational Challenge planners in Hungary. That's the point. Here we're coming from Hungary. That aims at the general public. Translation to Hungary is very important. So what you see here is somebody from Hungary asking connect.
Yes, but maybe, of course, we can't make sure that all languages are covered. And also, I think this is demand driven. If you come up and say, we have a large community in Hungary that's really interested in that kind of content, we need to discuss, or maybe you can come up with some ideas how to also realize such a translation. And then it can easily be done, because you can take the content, translate it, and that's up to you also to do that to start that initiative. And we would be happy, definitely.
Yes. So that was, thank you. I think the key is that who has also more questions, we can later directly connect to Stefan. I mean, that's, I think, the best way to just connect. Adina Florea, what language is used for the resources? We are now, I think we understand how, English and German, right, Stefan?
Right. No Chinese yet, but everything's possible.
And here Alessandro Safiotti, he's from AI4EU. Amy Loudfee will represent AI4EU, and Jan Smith will represent AI competence. He just put it right.
I mixed that up. I'm very, so another mistake in that slide. I'm sorry, but thank you for correcting me, and nice that you're here, and good to hope to get in contact with you anyway.
Yes, so I think you are already in contact now.
Yeah, we are in contact.
Hey, Marie Lazaro, have you planned a certification and or evaluation methodology?
Yes, it's part of the research. So I don't know. I can't tell you what will be the result on that. But and I told you I don't think we are the ones to give the certificates. So it's rather to discuss and create a dialogue with institutions that are based on or working basically working with certificates on how to support that, how to promote that, making use. That's also why we started the fellowship program. This is the first step. Asking people to integrate it into the curriculum and learn how do they deal with it, what kind of certification do these people offer. So it will be part of our outcomes, right? Yes.
It's still work in progress. And now Scarlett Stadler. I think Europe is here. 2 questions. How do you handle the level required to take a certain class course? Question mark. And there comes, I assume that courses leading to a nano degree might be quite demanding and probably require a lot of mathematical knowledge.
Please repeat the first part of the question.
Yeah. Question, how do you handle the level required to take a certain class?
That's not up to us as well. It's a bit up to the producers of the classes. So a class can be very high level and really not focused on the wide public. It can be highly specialized, and then the person or the group, the institution that sets this up needs to create an idea on that. So what do they want to? What do they expect? What is the pre-knowledge that people need to bring to do that, and they need to explain that. But then we are open. We don't we wouldn't block it, so we would be happy about it. I think it's the track we follow is in the beginning it will be more general, but of course we want to become highly specialized. So it's regarding the medicine lab, we now have 32 fields of medicine where we could create content, where we want to, in the best case, also create it. So I hope I gave an answer. It's just that we can't decide on that.
Okay, I think. And Scarlett, the second, how can possible content providers get involved?
We have a team. We have a curriculum management team, and they can get in contact with the curriculum management team and make suggestions, and that's the way it works. So of course it can also happen that we say this is not the right time. We don't have unlimited resources on that. Also in supporting the production, what we also do. So we have equipment, we have people trained on that. We also support production by ourselves. But we can't do that for everybody, and the same we can't if too many producers come on us, we have to make a selection, and somehow so I can't tell, but the basic thing is give us a call, contact me, make a suggestion, and we are very open to collaborate and take this up.
Super. Now comes we're coming slowly. Jules Fuchs, he or she, I sometimes don't know if it's he or she, but I'm in Hungary now. Can you connect me with this person from Hungary who asked this question? And here I say, if you want to be connected to anybody from the audience to the audience, write me an email, Carmen@grassroots.eu, and I connect. Meanwhile, there's Geza Nemet. You wanted to be connected, Jill to Geza, once more Geza. Our team, he says, may do the translation to Hungarian. So there's already an answer to
great. Ooh, that goes fast. Amazing.
So there is somebody who's ready to transfer things to Hungarian, because it's really a special language. And now, last question. We're coming to the last question. Amin Hornamandi Shandis. Thanks for the nice presentation. Is there opportunity for internship in field of speech, specialty silent speech, especially silent speech? Sorry. So here,
that's a tough question. Thank you for the question, but we are in Berlin. Where are you? And I don't know if we can cover that special topic, but it's about inclusive design. It's about it's about the Barrierefreiheit. What's the word?
Barrier-free.
Barrier. Yeah. So this is a very important topic, and also we have it on the agenda. So the only thing is, as most courses are now produced not by us. I told you we supporting this to a certain extent, but most courses are produced by the institutions or the competition winning teams. And I think so they would be better the ones to address your request to become an intern. I think we can't really offer you so much on it, but very good point.
Yes, so I think for today, I think this was a very interesting session. And here again, thanks for the presentation. People are still coming, of course, with question in, and hope your knowledge disseminating initiative is really successful. It's wishes from Jose Marie Lazaro. So he wishes you all the best. And yes, so
thank you very much.
And I will now announce the next session coming up next week. But if you have more questions, you see Stefan's email. Do you really see it? I don't see it. Florian.
Me neither. So
anyway, it's Florian. We see Florian. But if you want to send directly things to Stefan, questions, suggestions, anything, you can also write me, and you have always my email address as you get my invitation, and also afterwards my feedback. So I hope you had a nice day here next week. I wish you come back. It's not next week, sorry, it's tomorrow. Sorry. It's Thursday, 22nd. The speaker will be Klaus Heine, Professor of Law and Economics at the Erasmus School of Law in Rotterdam, with his talk on AI legal personality. So already tomorrow, I wish you all come back. And thank you again, Stefan. And
thank you, Carmen. Thanks a lot for the opportunity.
Enjoy.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.